All right, we also live on YouTube, y'all.
Wow.
Excellent.
Look, I look taller when I put the camera like this. You notice?
Yep. Good morning. Good morning.
That's funny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Anita.
Hello. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Phil.
Phil, Nita.
Good morning.
How you doing, Phil?
Life is good, man. I'm loving it. So have a good summer.
Hey, Phil, while we have a quick second, I wanted to introduce you to Rose Sias, who is our guest speaker today.
Hi, Rose. Morning. Thanks for doing this.
Hey, Phil. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
What do you do?
I'm an actor, and I've done a little bit of stunt work myself, but primarily acting.
Your stunt work has been in Atlanta?
Mainly Los Angeles. So I ride a motorcycle and handgun and American boxing and Muay Thai kickboxing. That's the stuff that I've done in LA for past 7 years.
Yeah, there's a lot of Muay Thai, a lot of kickboxing and martial arts type stuff now with all the Marvel stuff going.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm keeping that up.
That's a new development just in the last three or 4 years. So you're good.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Who do you work with?
Who do I work with? I don't have a trainer or anything out here in Atlanta
No,
yet.
I mean in LA. Who have you worked with? Sorry.
Let's see here. Well, I actually trained with Freddie Roach at his gym, Wildcard Boxing. He's Pacquiao's trainer. You know, if you know Manny Pacquiao. A lot of it was just sort of like self-taught stuff, like circuit skills as well, like doing unicycle, juggling, just random skills, mime that I somehow got to use on a lot of commercials and TV.
A lot of commercials?
Yeah, there's a couple of projects where you could see me riding a motorcycle. You know, just a show 2 months ago that I filmed that was supposed to come out last week. It was one of those crime reenactment shows. And yeah, and I play a police officer a lot for some reason. So having handgun experience, I'm a handgun owner, having, you know, the uniform and proper form usually gives me a little bit of edge over other actors.
Yeah, I'd buy that. I'd buy you.
Indeed.
Play it very often, actually.
I play criminal, so I'll probably meet you on a set.
That'd be fun. Well, that'd be cool.
All right, y'all, we're going to get started. Just wanted to have a little convo while everybody was coming in. So Kenneth, take us away.
Hey, here we go. Break a Leg Talents going live with the Industry Connection. Fresh and new, it's all about the artists and entertainment. Oh, yeah! Give it up for Jacqueline Kennedy and Mark Ham.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everyone.
So glad to see everybody today. Come on in, grab a seat, and let's get rolling. I'm Mark Ham. I'm one of your co-hosts today. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. First of all, we are live today on YouTube for the first time. So just wanted to let everybody know, be on your best behavior because this is live, baby. All right. Anyway, I've been a professional actor since I was 18 years old. Got my first job where they shipped me out to Michigan, flew me out there, gave me a car, hotel, put me on set, and we shot all day long. And I just fell in love with the business since then. Took me a long time to get back to that status, did a ton of extra work and grunt work and, you know, sleeping on set and all that kind of stuff. Became SAG-AFTRA in 1996. I'm a SAG member. My biggest claim to fame, acting-wise, is I guest starred on Homicide: Life on the Street as Benin Crown. And I had one groupie. I had a Winnebago. So shout out to my one groupie down there in Baltimore. I've also done Purina Cat Chow, Sprite, and Law and Order. And I'm also facilitating bringing people in. I studied theater, film, and television. I did over 100 pieces of theater in a row for training. And today I'm a proud partner of Break a Leg Talent, and I'd like to introduce you to my partner, Jacqueline Kennedy.
Hi, everyone. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you very much for coming in today. So just a little about myself. I, too, started out as an actor. and received my SAG-AFTRA card in 1998. I think Mark and I were on set plenty of times together, but probably did not even know each other at that time. So I studied in Greensboro, UNC Greensboro, and then again here in New York at AMDA, American Music and Dramatic Academy. And in addition to being a talent manager with my business partner there, I am a writer, director, producer. And one of my most proud moments right now is definitely being selected for a film festival this year. And the film featured Miss Rose Sias here in another capacity of her business. And I'm definitely excited to be a partner with Mr. Mark Ham with Break a Leg Talent Management. Welcome, everyone.
Welcome. You're on mute, Kenneth. That's right, it's live TV. Stay unmuted, Kenneth.
Indeed. Oh my goodness. Welcome everyone. The Industry Connection is brought to you by Break a Leg Talent Management. Located in Atlanta and New York, Break a Leg represents a variety of successful actors, voice artists, models, singers, poets, and authors from across the nation. Recognizing the demands of the industry, Break a Leg Talent Management provides the excellence required by agencies and casting directors, strategically working to submit the best talent for the job. BreakALegTalent.com, management that supports your dream.
Thank you, Kenneth. Thank you. So one of the reasons why Mark and I decided to start the Industry Connection is to bring talent together, actors, entertainers together, to meet up with other professionals that are in the business, whether they're actors, stunt women, stunt people, talent, casting people. We wanted to actually bring everyone together in a room where you all connect, meet one another, talk to talent, and tell us what you do, and talk to other people. So that's why we decided to definitely start the Industry Connection to assist talent across the globe.
We also wanted to teach you the passion that it took when we were talent, when we were grinding on the streets, walking up and down the sidewalk, going to auditions that were an hour long. The line was out the door and around the corner, and you got a half hour for lunch, and you took a train that's a half hour away, and you like, I might get fired when I get back, but I'm doing this audition today.
Exactly.
But you know, today you guys have it easier.
Easier.
You can submit via self-tape your online portfolios. We didn't have that. We used to go to a temp job and take 2 or 3 people's headshots and put it in one envelope and mail it off to the casting director or agent or whoever, and use the postage of where you worked. You know, and you'd be printing your picture and resume all night long, cutting and stapling, and oh, it was a hot mess, you know. But anyway,
digital platforms.
That's why we're doing this. Anyway, I have the prestige honor of introducing today's guest, Miss Rose Sias. I've known Rose for probably 25, 30 years. I don't even dare to count. But I'm gonna tell you how we met. It was around Christmas time, and I was working on a commercial at BAM, Brooklyn Academy of Music. It was the New York State Lottery commercial, and call time was 5 a.m. I had to get up at 3 a.m. to get there, and it's cold, but they said they paying in cash, so we were there, and we're in tuxedos and ball gowns, and we get there, and they take 500 extras and sit them in seats. This little guy walks up from the audience and gets up on stage while a symphony is playing, and grabs the mic, hits the mic on excuse me. Today's New York Lottery jackpot is now $60 million. And we all get up and run out. Well, they did 15 hours of sitting us in strategic seats in a section, then moving us to the next section, next section, next section. So when they put it all together, it looks like 50,000 people get up at one time and run out. Very funny. Well, I was so tired after 15 hours, I just laid my head on the person next to me, which happened to be Rose Sias. And I laid my head on her bosom and I drooled and took me a nap. And she didn't bother waking me up. When I woke up, I wiped my mouth and we have been friends ever since. Anyway, I want to introduce you to Rose Sias, stunt woman, SAG after. Do your thing, Rose.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank y'all. Please, everybody sit down. No applause. Thank you. Thank you. Mark, that was absolutely fabulous. And Jacqueline, thank you so much. We both go back 25 to 30 years in the industry. And these two people, I recognize them at the beginning of their careers, and because they're awesome and you can tell. Mark, as talented as he is, he would have gotten nowhere in life without all his stories and his personality and charm. And he's a little bit funny too, so he's excellent. Jacqueline, always to me, she was a young girl when she started, like Mark was, but she was more to herself, shy, reserved, which you don't see that much in the acting world. So those two coming from totally different ends and meeting at some point in their lives to do this is absolutely fantastic.
Thanks.
Two very talented people interested in helping other people get to where they want to be in their careers. So thank you so much for inviting me today. I want to start at the point that these guys started at. I started acting in 1994 and joined the union in 1995. I'm one of those people who strategically plans. I figured out, what do you have to do to get into the union? Okay, 3 waivers, I'm not doing that. And like Mark, I got 2 principal roles in the same week, one in Pennsylvania and Philadelphia, and one in New York. And I was able to join the union. One was a commercial and one was Law and Order. 1995, I got in and I was like, wait a second. I said, I always wanted to be an actor from a child. I started out as an accountant and I hated it. It was just boring. And I said, what do I want to be? What did I want to be when I was a child? So I said I wanted to act, and I got into it at that point, but I really thought acting was extra work. I thought you get in and work from the bottom up. That's wrong. I spent a year putting together a strategy and realizing you work from where you have talent to work from. And maybe that's not that much of a mind blower for people. A lot of people are talented and they can automatically go right into the slot that they belong in. I was talented, but I didn't know all the different things available to me in the acting world. So I thought acting was extra work. I did extra work for a year. I saw the hustle and bustle and how Black people in particular and women also had very little opportunity. I couldn't get a role unless I was somebody's girlfriend or drug addict back in the day. And I don't really look like somebody's girlfriend or a drug addict. So I didn't get that many roles. I did get a lot of roles as criminals, so thank you, Law and Order. I started to realize that Black people, Latino people, and Asian people were underrepresented in film and TV. Didn't take me long. And I said, wait a second, these casting people need to know all these fabulous people with talent. We're right here. I was in the Mecca in New York. So I used to go to all the Broadway plays. You can't go to a Broadway play and not see triple threat talent. So I was like, why are these people not on TV? I started a management company and I started signing all the theater people and all the acting people that I worked with that had talent and skills that were not getting roles. Amazing. So all the Asian people, all the Hispanic people, and all the Black people that I signed, and I signed a lot of white people also, were booking right and left because casting didn't have this talent in there. They weren't calling them in. They were not on their radar. So my management company worked. I worked about 10 years in management. I actually managed Mark, who booked everything I sent him on. And then I picked up Jacqueline down the line and started managing her. And let me tell you, I could send Jacqueline on stuff and I would know before I sent her, okay, you're gonna book this. And she booked it. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a hand in glove operation for me to be management. The only thing about it was I wasn't fulfilling my dream. So I started acting some more. I was getting some great roles. I've landed probably over about 60 principal roles on TV mainly, and some film roles. And then I realized I was an athlete. I used to play basketball, NCAA in college. And I realized there was a niche called stunt work. I went up to the stunt coordinator and said, how do you get into stunt work? I'm an athlete. I played some pro ball, semi-pro ball. Oh, no. What I found was it's a very closed industry. And a stunt coordinator really needs to invite you in and train you. In New York, it was a lot harder back in the day than it is now. Now, stunt people pretty much have it good. If you really have skills, you can work. But I became a stunt person. So I started doing all the hustles on sets, meeting all stunt coordinators, all my things. And I've done probably now over 100 stunts. So basically I did the acting, I did the management, I do the stunt work, and I have a dream of, I've done some producing. I want to say I'm a writer. Only thing is I haven't put pen to paper. It's right here. So I'm gonna do that. That's in my future. But basically all through that time, I really have the heart to help other people do what they want to be doing. And really not struggle, not be a struggling actor, but be a really productive and profit-filled actor. Someone who can do everything within their talent and reach out and pull somebody else in and support one another while we're doing it, instead of the old idea of competition. I don't really believe in that idea. I think there's something for everyone, and if it's yours, you'll get it.
All right. So we have a few questions for you here on the panel that we want to ask, and then we'll open it up to everybody in the studio audience.
Mark, can I just say one thing before you start?
Sure.
Kenneth, I didn't mention you, and you are your voice is excellent, and you're doing a great DJing job. So Kenneth, I just wanted to say, we hear you, we see you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And so segue to Kenneth, you got the first question.
Indeed, I'm curious about your fitness regimen for stunt work. What do you do to stay fit in order to do that kind of work?
All right, good. A lot of stunt people have really regimented stunt things that they do. Everybody belongs to some gym. We have several gyms here in Brooklyn and some gyms in New York that are pretty famous. I'm not a member of any of those gyms. Instead, for me, I do construction every day, so I stay pretty fit. I'm aerobically and everything else. I'm a swimmer, so I swim on occasion. Right now during COVID, I'm not doing much of that, but I still work in construction. My expertise is in stunt work are guns, automatic weapons, all automatic weapons, assault rifles. I'm a sniper. I can aim really well. It doesn't matter in stunts because you're not really shooting anyone. I do fights, all types of, I do brawl as well as street fight and riot fighting. I do strength things. I do animals, like the people that wear those suits, any kind of suits or coverings or masks. So I do all of that stuff. I do basketball, swimming, drowning. They like me to drown. So those are my, and ratchets. Ratchets are high impact, like you see somebody in a explosion fly out somewhere. They're on a ratchet that's like a 100 to 700 pounds of pressure, forceful pull. I do ratchets. So those are my expertises. In those things, I stay ready. I'm ready for all of those. So if anyone should call me and say, I need you to run for 1 mile or 3 miles, okay, I got that. I don't really have to go to the gym and get ready or anything.
Amazing.
All right, Jacqueline, if you don't have a question, I have a comment.
Go ahead.
So, I know Rose for a while, and I know she was doing these stunts. And, you know, I was focused on acting at the time, but I said, you know what? Everybody else is doing stunts. Let me try it. Right? I got booked for Down to Earth starring Chris Rock. And I have two different stunts in this movie. One, I'll tell you the easy one first, which I thought was easy. I'm in a car and we're riding through Harlem, New York, and a truck is coming from our side to T-bone us. And I'm in the back seat as Chris Rock. And the truck is supposed to stop right before the car, scare us. Then we switch seats. I get in the front seat and drive. And the first 2 or 3 takes, this big old Mack truck, all you see is the grill stop about 4 or 5 feet before the car. No big deal. And by the way, we're in a Rolls Royce in Harlem. That's a stunt in itself. So last take, the last take, this truck gets about 16 to 12 inches close up on the car. And my eyes are like,
good acting.
but it stops. And we get out and I get in the front. I'm shaking, so I don't even have to act. I really thought it was going to hit the car. And we pull off and go. And I ride through Harlem and I have to just go and turn around. And that's the end of the movie. I tell you, I was like, I don't know how they doing this stunt work. That scared the juju beats out of me. The other stunt in the same movie for Chris Rock was I had to take a punch. So the scene is Chris Rock is a white guy in Harlem. He comes back as this white guy. And he hears some music playing in the street. I ride for my, I die for my, whatever. And so the white guy is mouthing the words, but it's really Chris Rock. And he says the word. And the black guy in front of him turns around and punches him. Well, that's me that's taking a punch. So they teach you how to get, it looks like you get hit and you more so fall. They did not tell me that you had to fall on marble or the floor at the time. And so when the camera's up high, you can fall on a pad. But when the camera gets tilted to where you hit, it's all you. And Rose, that was my last time doing stunt. I take my hat off to you. All praise be to you. I'm done with that. Rose, you are phenomenal. I want you to speak one thing about talent who are beat down from the system and have lost energy and are discouraged. What happened with you when you got discouraged? Because you weren't getting roles for a while. You were in management submitting us for stuff and we out working and you're not working. How were you when you got discouraged? What lifted you back up? What kept you in there to keep pushing forward? Give us a little bit of that, please.
I feel like, I guess it's the same for all people. I look at it as far as being a Black woman, because everybody gets the turned away, you're not going to get this job, denied a job, or, casting is such a haphazard thing that you could be absolutely the best person for that job, but you won't get it because somebody has a better name than you, or somebody is the friend of someone, or somebody was just keyhole for that job. So being denied a job is not really a reason to start, or denied 20 jobs or 50 jobs. It's how we roll in the industry. So if we can't take no for an answer, this is not the industry we should be in, because we have to, some people say, and I like the way men do this. I can walk down the street as a woman and a guy could be like, yeah, baby, let me get your number. And I'm like, no. And they don't really hear that no. They'll be like, okay, so next day, same guy, same thing. I think for some people that hear no a lot, no means, okay, next time. Okay, but that just means I'm going for that next thing. It's in the future. So it's really the attitude that you take. I think it's easy for us to get beat down because there's so many no's. I would say 100 no's to every yes for a lot of people.
All right.
And sorry to say that, but let me just say two things. One is you have to know who you are and that you have something to offer. And regardless of whether they know it or not, you know it. There are two things. When you're in an audition, you walk into an audition, you can walk into an audition, think you did a good job and walk out defeated. If you walk into an audition, and this is one thing that I learned in a lot of auditions because I'm a nervous auditioner, you walk in prepared. You walk in and be ready to show them who you are before you show them what you can do. That means that when the camera is on you to audition and you're doing your slate, you say, "Hi, I'm Rose Sias." You give them that. You look at them. You take your beats. You feel how you're going to feel in the room, and you make sure that everyone understands who you are for that moment, however you do that. You give yourself your own confidence. You give yourself, in the Bible, sorry to say it like this, Peter says, you have to encourage yourself. Nobody out here is going to say, "Oh, you're so good. Oh, you have to find the ways that are going to make you shine. You have to find the ways that are going to build you up. You have to find the skills that can edify you to do any job you want to be doing." So if you can't do all of that, they're gonna say no, and you're gonna get down. Me, what I did was I reinvented myself. Okay, you don't want me doing acting, you don't want me for that role? I'm gonna do this role. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna write my own stuff. I'm gonna shoot some stuff. I'm gonna work with people that do those things that I don't do. I'm gonna find the people that recognize who I am, because some people won't until you show them. And sometimes you have to do your own thing to show them who you are, or forget about them altogether and go another route. So the beat down is really standing in place. It's really standing there and letting them hit you. You can't stand there and let them hit you. You gotta do your thing. And, you won't get beat down if they can't hit you, if you're moving. There's a lot less opportunity for them to hit you when you're moving and rolling and ducking and diving. And so the beat down too it comes from a lot of sources. You have the financial beat down, you have the stress of family issues, you have housing situations, you have job. I'm sorry to take it like this, Mark, but if the beat down is coming from all angles, then we really have to start to make a plan for our life goals. Forget acting, forget jobs. You think that it has to do with, you think that a job means money and money means better.
Nope.
Sometimes if you have a plan, but that's not the answer. The answer is really to get everything in here to where you have hope, you have goals, you have dreams that are realistic that you can get to. Once you have that, no matter what people do, you're still going in that direction. You're not being distracted by, I didn't get that? Okay, here's where I'm going. So the beat down really comes from moving.
Yeah.
Moving and exercising. You're exercising your skills, your knowledge, your growth, your financial abilities, your internet abilities, your friends. You're pulling your friends in to do, because anybody that can support you, that's going to be the time you need it, when you're in trying to avoid the beatdown and move.
Real quick, anybody who has a question, just raise your hand or give me a head nod or something. I'm going to open up to the studio audience to ask Rose.
Yeah.
Any question you want to ask her. And keep in mind, we're live on YouTube. Go ahead, Phil.
So my question is, if you've sort of kind of made yourself this stunt woman and you've got this whole body of work, when you go to acting work, is it hard for everyone else to shake that? Oh, she's just the stunt lady who does this. We don't see her as this. We don't trust her. Even if you have a resume as long as your arm, that's always like a danger of, I don't feel like I want to get stuck as being the stunt guy who they don't trust with even a couple lines.
Really good. I think he's a stunt guy that wants to do acting work. Is that right?
No, I'm primarily an acting guy, but I didn't pursue as much stunt work for that very fear of kind of going back and forth between the two.
Two things then. One is there's a new niche market now that is actors that can do stunt people that can do acting work. So that market, they want you to do one line or two lines. You're not like a main character. You're not, 1 to 20 on the call sheet. You're like 50 to 100 on the call sheet, but you're on the call sheet. There's the actor that the stunt person that can act. That's one niche market that you can always get. That when you walk into that role, they're like, yes, do your thing. As far as major productions and most productions, when they hire you, you're gonna feel like they trust you. You're going to be collaborating with people that know what they're doing, and they expect you to know what you're doing because you're there hired. So once you walk into it, really, you're going to have that respect. You're not going to have to really prove yourself unless you are not up to par in the rehearsal or something like that. The second thing about it is, and I think that you are right, that it used to be a time when stunt people would come onto set and the director, the producer, everybody knew stunt people can't act. So in that time period, they wouldn't be respected as actors. So if you were a stunt person turning to actor, it was a little bit difficult. Now that time is kind of changing. A lot of stunt people are trained actors, or a lot of stunt people have done enough stunts that they can actually transition into a better actor. So they are given more opportunities in that way. You, however, have come from acting into the stunt world. They already know you can act. They already have seen your real, true. They already have experienced you as an actor, and they know that you're willing to do stunts. So I don't think that the problem exists so much for you. Although that's a really good question, and I'm sure there's still some people out there that, have questions.
Can I actually follow up on that a little bit? Let's say you're on a bigger production, and production looks at you for this role, and then you say you could do your own stunts. Coming from a stunt background as you are, you ever like, I don't want to take that job away from a stunt person. That's their department. They just hired me for an actor. I don't want to step on anyone's toes. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't think that that's I don't want you taking a job away from a stunt person either, but that's not even the question. When you're in a production and they hire you to act, they want you to be able to finish the film. They want to get that film in the can. So they don't want you to get hurt. They don't want to risk your life. They don't want you to be overtired. They don't want you to get a sprain. They don't want to delay shooting at all. They want that stunt person to come in. You go, relax, get your lines down, do everything you got to do. You come in and get that face shot, that money shot, where it's showing your face in that scene, whatever that scene may be. There you go. And then you go relax, get your lines and everything, and let the stunt people handle it. The stunt people will take the chances. They'll take the abuse. They'll take the body wear and tear. They'll take the standing there for hours, whatever it is. They'll take, and then you come back and you're fresh, ready to do your next scenes. So they want to finish the movie. That's the reason for the stunt person. So whether you can do your stunts yourself or not is not the point.
And let me
Unless it's a small role, you're doing your lines and your stunt and you're out. Then they're going to finish.
Let me jump in for the sake of time. Great stuff, though. Right now, we want to jump into our first monologue of the day. Here at the Industry Connection, we're all about grooming talent, and talent always has to be ready. So I'm about to pick one of y'all to do your monologue, and today is Phil. Phil, would you please do a 1-minute monologue for everybody?
Sure. My parents got divorced when I was 5 years old, and I saw my dad about 3 times a year after that. And when he found out that he had cancer, he brought me here. And he gives me this big pink seashell. And he says, son, the answers are inside of this. I'm like, what? And then I listened to it, and there's nothing. That's just it. The shell is empty. This is all just some random, meaningless lottery that leads us nowhere. There's no point to any of it. So I decided I'm just going to take pleasure in the little things, the details. Quarter pounder with cheese. Yeah, those are good. The sky, 10 minutes before it starts to rain. Or that moment when her laugh becomes a cackle. I sit back, smoke my Camel Straights, and I ride my own melt.
Thank you, Phil. All right, feedback from our special guest today. Rose, you're up first.
Phil, I think you have a really believable and sincere way about you. Your body movement and your vocal levels and stuff like that. I really like it. You have, from the onset, the first line in that just made me melt in. I was ready for whatever you had to offer. I feel a little bit like you could be a little more vulnerable. When you realize, when you take that shell and you put it to your ear, you're saying, wait a minute, this is the last thing my father said, and it's supposed to be important, and maybe he knows what he's talking about. Maybe I'm gonna really realize something. When you take that down, you're disappointed. You're like, I wanted to see a little more like of a change in an arc in that piece. And otherwise, I think you're a great actor. I think you have, as far as dramatic work, the fact that you chose something dramatic over something else says that you know that you have some kind of a range. So I really like that too. To see a guy do a dramatic piece is a nice change. What else can I say? I really like your look and your disposition. I think that you have a range that you can be hired for almost anything. You're like the everything man.
Thanks, Rose.
Yeah, thank you so much. I do get that a lot. I'm kind of like every man, average weight, height. Thank you. I appreciate it.
And Kenneth and Jacqueline, if y'all don't have comments, then we'll move on. That's up to you guys. All right, Jacqueline. Okay, we good? All right, everybody, let's take a quick picture, unless you're jumping on, Jacqueline.
Yeah, jump on, Jacqueline.
Let's take a quick picture, everybody. Everybody getting the screen. We're doing a good screenshot. Everybody smile. All right, there we go. All right, let me make sure I got it. And Jacqueline, would you go right ahead and announce what we're doing next?
All right, so right here, we're going to go into our breakout rooms. So we're going to go into a group of 3 each. Each person will do a 1-minute monologue. So we'll need a timekeeper. So the timekeeper takes, make sure there's only 1 minute, then you network a little bit, get to know one another. And we'll be in there for about 3 to 4 minutes. About 5 minutes, actually, okay? And then we'll meet you back here.
All right, Rose, you can jump in if you like, or that's up to you. All right, all the rooms are open. Y'all can jump right on in there and have fun. And we'll see you right back here in the main room in a few to close out.
In 5 minutes?
Yep.
3 minutes?
Yep,
Okay.
Very quickly.
5 minutes.
And I probably could have made it a couple of rooms. All right, Regina, Nicole.
Regina, you didn't want to go into one of the rooms?
She was
Do you want to break out rooms?
Hey, y'all, good job.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Regina, I'll put you in another breakout room.
Have y'all invited casting people and stuff like that to this thing, or you're getting ready to?
Getting ready to. Mm-hmm.
Who are you invited?
We have a list that I choose not to say on YouTube.
Oh, okay. It's still taping us?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. But you did a great job. I was really listening to all the things you were talking about, and it took me back to when you were physically there doing that and going through those years and years of ups and downs in the business. And I still see you out on the street where it's 100 of us doing extra work, and you're like, hey, Mark, hey, Jacqueline, hey, all the people that were there, hey, call such and such. They got a job. hurry up. They only have room for 5 more. You gotta hear them call them now. Matter of fact, you gotta get over to Harlem right now. I'm like, but we didn't wrap on this one yet.
One of the things that you spoke on today, which I really appreciated, is don't look at being in the field as competition. You're only competing with yourself. The role is for you. The role is for you, and that's it. Don't go in looking as if, oh, so and so guy or beat me out. It's your role. Go in and book it. Period.
That's right.
So I really appreciate you saying that, and speaking to people about getting over the hump and just do what's best for you and do what's good for you and feels good for you. And if you can't take the word no, then maybe this isn't the business for you. And that's a hard thing to swallow sometimes, but it's not just trying to book that one role. There's so many more roles out there for you to actually put your paws into and try to go grab those and try to go grab the next one. And, sometimes I think that some talent don't realize that. Don't sit around waiting for that casting producer or that production person to call you for that one thing. Get out there and keep moving, keep it moving. Because out of the 20, you're going to book one of those. But you may not know which one it is, but put your energy and your heart into every last one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely appreciate you saying that. Don't get down on yourself, keep it moving.
But it's also the business isn't cut out for the average person. It's this
right. This business is not for everyone. That's right.
Business is not, oh, I want to be an actor and I just started yesterday and I want you to hire me. This is not that business.
Correct. Or I have a great look and I know I'm going to book because I am.
Everybody in the business has a great look.
Everyone has a great look.
Yeah.
No matter what.
This isn't that easy business that you dream of being a star like you do, say, an athlete. I'm sure like being an athlete, everybody's dreaming of, playing in NBA and playing in the finals, and maybe 10 people out of 1 million make it, if that many.
There are a lot of things that I didn't say in that beatdown thing. I cut my hair like this. I may not get a job because my hair is like this. Because so many people say, when my hair was long, people said, oh, you're not getting work because your hair is long. And I was getting work right and left with my hair long. Now that I cut my hair, I may not get work.
Right.
But people will tell you all.
That's something that if you can bring up in the next session when we come back out to let people know that when you change your look so drastically, like me and my hair type of thing, and you have that headshot, I have to go back to that hair if I want to book something. Or
it depends on the role, but if you change your hair and they know they called you in from what they were used to, that look is a whole. They have to you have to know what you're doing with yourself and where you want to go with that.
Correct. Yes, please bring that up again one more time.
You jump in too because you have a lot to say about that. Because every time I see you have a different hairstyle.
Every time you see me, I have a different hairstyle. This is true. But true.
That makes a difference. And now even for men, it's making a difference. They really care about men's hair lately.
Like back in the day, we were all on set doing a Heineken commercial. And I don't know I can't remember his name, but it was a dark-skinned brother. He had dreads. And he would always say, I'm not cutting my dreads. I'm not cutting my dreads.
Who, Billy?
I can't remember his name. Might be Billy. He cut his hair and booked the lead in this Heineken commercial. We're all extras. He booked the lead, and he said, hey, I had to do it. And I don't know if he cut into a fade or bald. I think it was bald. But we have all cut our hair at some point for a role. I have as well. That's a decision you got to come to.
That's a decision you gotta make.
Right, I cut all of mine off for the Lens Crafters commercial. I cut it all off. I was like, I was done with it. And booked a Lens Crafters commercial. I was like, what?
We are
I
bringing
cut it all
back.
the time for stunt roles because they wig us constantly. And
Right.
the hair and makeup people do not want to touch my hair.
Right.
All right, we are bringing everybody back.
Okay.
All right. And it'll take them about a minute to get back in. Oh, we got the question and answer coming up. I can't wait for this one.
I think this is a great service you offer people. How many people are in it today?
8 or 9, I think I counted. 7,
Mhm.
7, 8, somewhere in there.
Are you
so far,
managing 100% of the people here?
say it again.
Are you managing all of them?
That is correct. Last week we had somebody that we don't manage that, that came in. That was great too. What's so funny, Jacqueline? You're on mute. You know that, right?
Just laughing.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it's kind of a win-win. We get to help our own and maybe see some new potential clients as well. All right. Everybody's coming back. All right.
Welcome back. All
Welcome
right.
back.
Good to see everyone.
Good to see everybody. Did everybody get a chance to do their monologue? Yeah.
No, I was put in a breakout room by myself for.
Yep. Yeah, I moved you at the end. Were you able to do your monologue?
I didn't, which is maybe better because I didn't have to know I had to prepare something.
Oh,
but
don't tell us that.
Oh.
We put you in a timeout. I can't believe you're speaking up about that, not having nothing prepared. Anyway, Kenneth, take us to our question and answer, please.
Absolutely, absolutely. This is something that I've been very curious about for a very long time. If I get submitted for a project that is union, SAG-AFTRA, I'm non-union. Am I still eligible? And how does that work?
Of course, you're still eligible. You happen to be in a right to work state, so a lot of things are going to be non-union. You're non-union ready. You can work in everything possible, everything, union, non-union. It doesn't matter. How it works is you go in for the audition. They won't ask you whether you're union or not. If you get the job, you automatically, and your first day on the job as a union person, you take that check stub into the union and you can join, along with the $3,000 fee that initiates.
Yeah.
$3,000. That's about right these days.
Yeah.
But
I don't know how much it is now, but it's up there.
that's about right.
All right, I think we have time. Yes, we do. We have time for one more monologue. Let's see who's ready today. I'm gonna pick on Michelle today. Michelle.
Ah!
Yeah.
Good.
I need to time it, but here we go. What keeps you up at night? You know, when I was a little girl, I worked up the block not too far from here, and my dad worked 12 to 16-hour days, and he and my mom loved each other. I mean, high school sweethearts. And one day I'm getting off the bus, so I was about 17 years old, and I get to the door and I turn the key, and then I find my mom, my dad, my little brother, all with bullet holes in their heads. Turns out my dad had just shot my mom and my little brother and then himself. What I didn't know is that my dad had this bipolar disorder, this mental illness that affects more than 12 million Americans each year. And I guess you're wondering, what does my dad's bipolar disorder have to do with me winning my first case as a defense attorney? The Brady Handgun Violence Prevention Act, launched in 1968, AKA the Brady Law, which specifically states that licensed arms dealers are prohibited from selling firearms to felons and persons such with mental disorders. And you can just about bet that the licensed arms dealer in this case failed to make the necessary background check upon my father. So he got the maximum 10 years. That led to me winning my first case. So I ask each and every one of you again, what keeps you up at night?
All right.
Mm.
Thank you.
Nice. We'll
Yeah.
go ahead and let Rose weigh in on that one as well. Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. Rose, we're going to ask you to go ahead and weigh in on that for us.
Thank you. Sorry. What keeps you up at night? I think that monologue was excellent. The choice that you made for that monologue is a great piece. I wanted you to establish a relationship at the beginning of that monologue, not a relationship with your audience, but who you were talking to. Because the reason I say that is, if you were talking to someone you really cared about, say someone that it happened to also, you're trying to make a point, and it's important to make that point. So you're going to bring the stakes up a little more if you're talking to one individual in that audience who is a person that went through, that is going to understand what you're talking about, or that you want to get them to that point. It's going to make the stakes a little higher for what you're trying to accomplish. I think that I could definitely see you as a social worker, a nun, a lawyer, a doctor. You have that authoritative impact. You immediately get my attention. You know, the focal point is all on you. I think that you throw away a little bit of your power with your lack of eye contact. There's a point in there, there are 2 points in there where I could see you almost coming to tears or almost losing your voice. And at the end, the very end, you actually, you go through some emotional change there. I would like that eye contact to be your establishing point. I'm looking into your eyes, but there's not a lot of times I'm seeing your eyes. You look down, you look over there, you look over here. And so my heart can't touch your heart. Mm-hmm. So if you, especially the last note, on your last note, you look down and you kind of end the scene before the scene is ended, because that last line is so strong and it hangs on, but then you put your eyes down to end it. Don't end it. Carry it forward and let the director end it. Look into that camera and say that last line.
Yeah, you never.
You're talking.
Yeah,
you're talking to us. And go ahead, Mark. I'm sorry.
I'm saying you never cut yourself. You let the director say cut. You stay
right
from beginning.
And you're still talking to that person and convincing that person, because this is important. I see you a lot. So I think it was excellent. I think that you have a great career in commercials. And if you can get a social work or a lawyer or a nun role, you're going to be a seasoned, you're going to be working on a episodic for a long time.
All right. I hate to do this, but we're running out of time. Kenneth, would you take us to our announcements, please?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Our next meeting, July 28th from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will have Rick Miller, commercial and print agent from New York City. Also, make sure all of your profiles are up to date. Most auditions and booking are coming from self-tape.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kenneth.
All right, we're going to close out.
Michelle, I just want to say real quick, Michelle, thank you for taking the glasses off, because they have a reflection that you can't see your eyes at all, and that's very smart for you to do.
Yeah.
Kenneth, not yet. Kenneth, can you unshare your screen, please?
Oh, sorry.
It's cute though. Who's the baby?
You guys share it?
Hang on. Technical difficulties. Apologies.
In the meantime, we would like to thank Rose, definitely, and Mark, I know you're going to thank her as well. But we definitely like to thank you, Rose, for taking the time out to come in to talk to the industry connection today, and talking to our talent, talking to talent here, and sharing some industry information that some of us may have not known, some of us need to be reiterated to us. We thank you very much.
Yep, just wanted to thank everybody for coming out today and participating, doing your monologues and going into breakout rooms. And for those who don't have a monologue, I strongly suggest you have one ready. I won't say why while we're live on YouTube. Maybe I will. If you're not actor ready, then you don't belong here. So you got to, and I'm talking to you, Laurel. You got to step up and get together your monologue and be ready, and that goes for everybody. But just wanted to thank everybody for coming and learning, asking questions, and being engaged. That says a lot about your career and wanting to learn. And most importantly, I'd like to thank Rose Sias for coming on today and sharing her story and of herself, and engaging and helping all of us learn more about the business. Rose, you're a phenomenal person, phenomenal actor, phenomenal stunt person. I just thank you, and we thank you from Break a Leg Talent for coming out and being our first guest speaker. We really appreciate you, and our heart goes to you a long way. Well, y'all, we just got one other thing to tell you. We thank you, and don't forget, just remember to break a leg. Break a leg.
All right.
Goodness, not enough O's in smooth. Hey, thanks for stopping in. See all of you soon on the Industry Connection.
Take the photo, Mark. We got our photo. Yep, we got it in there.
We got it already. All right, y'all. Have a good day.
Thank you.